Hey, everybody. It's the Sound Warriors
Yeah, baby.
podcast. That's right. We are your Sound Warriors. I'm Big Guy.
I'm Brian Shartzer. How you guys doing?
Yeah, let's do it. We're fired up. Can you tell?
A little bit of,
Yeah.
what
do you got?
little monster action here.
Oh, look at him trying to get a deal.
Monster.
He's trying to get a deal. Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah. Here, let me do his commercial for him. You ready? Hi, my name's Brian Shartzer. I had the number 10 hit on the country
What?
charts, and I only drink Monster. Okay? And guess what I got? Here's what I got. You ready? Here's what I got. Hi, my name's Big Guy, and I drink Pellegrino water. Were they in Italy? He's got a chance. They're from the United States. I've got Pellegrino water shipped in from Italy. And they're going to go, hey, you think we ought to sign up Big Guy?
It's all over the world, baby.
We've not been drinking, by the way. He may have been. You have been drinking. No, we are in
We're on natural
are in a no cussing zone.
Yeah.
Okay. We have been trained. We are trained experts in podcasts now, because generally when he and I are out playing a gig together, we get in a little bit of trouble.
We sometimes,
We get a little bit of trouble.
You know how it is, people. You
Yeah.
know how it is. You get out there and you get a couple fireball shots in you, a
I've seen it happen.
couple Miller Lights or
Yep.
whatever, and
Yeah.
you loosen up and you just, hey.
I didn't see it one night out in a gig we did in Taylorville, and actually it was his gig, but he said, we do a gig together called Boss
And the Hoss.
and Hoss.
Yeah.
And he said, Hoss, why don't you come out and sing with me? And, we'll just hang out, So all of a sudden he comes up and he's got like fireballs running up his sleeve. And I'm like, what
That's
the
how
hell's
we
going
started,
on?
baby.
He
That's
goes,
how
you
we-
would not believe it. You'd not believe it. He goes, this guy owns a company. He's been in to see me before, loves my Outlaw Country show. He'll come see me wherever I'm at. And every time I'm doing my show, he keeps feeding me fireballs. So I'm now, listen to this, I'm now getting the downstream from him. I'm not even supposed to be drinking. And he's back with like his third fireball. You want one more of these?
If you're going to act like a rock star,
Yeah.
you got to party like one.
You got to party like a rock star. Okay, so this is our third podcast.
It is, yes.
And we're having fun. I can tell you that. We're having a great time, aren't we?
We're coming right back off the one we just did because we just didn't want to shut it down.
Yeah.
We're just having a good time.
Just having a great time. And this one will be a little bit shorter, but we do have some things we want to talk about. And one of the things Brian brought up, he said, Big Guy, we ought to talk about our influences.
Yeah.
Because we're both into recording our own music. Both of us are BGJ. They call us Powerhouse Gold recording artists. That's kind of our introduction, right?
Gold, yeah.
Yeah. So, and we're proud to be with BGJ, which is Beverly Jenkins owns it and runs it. And, she's a star in her own right.
And
so
being her A-team artist.
Yeah.
We're
one of the A-team.
I want to give a quick shout out to our A-team artists.
Yeah.
Every
all the
one of
members.
you. We are fans of all your music.
So supportive, and I mean that. They
Gypsy,
welcome me.
Man, we love you, man. We love your songs.
All of you.
I mean, it just goes on.
If we start naming, we'll forget some people.
And we don't upset nobody, but just the A-team artists, you know who you are, and we love you. We support your music, guys, and just keep bringing it from the heart, from the soul. Just keep bringing our music.
When we hear all you guys and gals singing on Friday, usually Brian and I, I'm retired and I'm in the studio every day. Yeah, I am. I'm in the studio every day writing music. This is what I worked, a long, long time, and I retired. This is what I do. Brian's still got a full-time job, but he's also a full-time musician. I mean, how many gigs did you do last year? 70?
72 shows last year.
72 shows.
And that's no bullshit.
And that's with a full-time job.
That's with a full-time job.
Yeah.
A lot of them wasn't paid. Now, hey, I did a lot of benefits last year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, you raised a lot of money.
Yeah.
You raised a lot of money for veterans organizations, and I'm proud to be part of that anytime.
And we tag team, and we do very well with that.
Yeah. And I'm proud of that, brother. Yes. Everything you do, and thank you for your service, man. All right.
Love to you, man.
I appreciate you. Well, anyway, let's talk about one of your big influences in music. Who would that be?
The newest guy. He's been out for a little. I mean, he's been playing for a long time.
Yeah, but he's hot.
But he is hotter than a firecracker. Yeah. Cody Jinks.
Love it.
The very first time I saw and heard him, I'm not the devil you think I am. I just
great song.
Fell in love with the song. and over the last couple years, I listened to him on Pandora. I got his station
Yeah. Love it.
right here in my headphones. I love all of his music.
I do hippies and cowboys.
You do.
I do hippies and
Yeah.
cowboys in my show, and I do Must Be the Whiskey.
Yes, another killer.
Yep.
I want to open up for you, buddy, and I definitely want to meet you, Mr. Jinx, because I am one of your biggest fans. Just being honest, if people sees this, help a brother out, because I love his music.
Well, I'll tell you this. I got to throw this out there because in our last podcast, I don't know what I did, but I think I must have, we were talking a little bit about a song that he got me going to write, and Creed Fisher's.
Oh, yeah.
Creed Fisher's the one that wrote it.
Yeah.
And I might have buttered up a little bit too much on Creed Fisher because I think I told him I would open for him too. So he's opening for Cody Jinks. I'm opening for Creed Fisher. If you watch this, I got to throw my play in there too.
There you go, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's cool. So yeah, Cody is just so laid back and so cool.
He is.
I've listened to him, and he's just like a regular guy. You're sitting having a drink at the bar, and he's just nothing bowls that guy over.
Yeah.
He's just a go. So mine be Kiss. Big influence. I started listening to Kiss, right during and out of high school, and I was singing in garage bands since I was 14, and I ended up getting in a band that wanted to do a Kiss. One of the first tribute bands.
Is that right?
Back in the day, yeah.
Wow, cool.
And so we knew, I think, 8 or 9 Kiss songs, which is not enough for a tribute band, but we didn't care because all the chicks came when they found out you were a Kiss band, and they thought we'd have makeup on and the whole thing.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't do any makeup, and we did like 8 or 9 songs, and then we started blasting out The Who and Robin Trower and other stuff we wanted to do.
There you go.
Right?
Hey.
But we reeled them in with the Kiss. So, but I did like Kiss, and I would say my other one would have been, and this is, you don't hear this too often, but you sure should, Grand Funk Railroad.
Oh, wow.
I was obsessed. Absolutely loved it. And, Mark Farner had his own tone. Well, when I was a kid, I could hit the highest high notes you can imagine, and I had his tone.
Nice.
So when I got up to sing a song, it was probably as close to, and I'm not saying I'm that great. I didn't mean that, but it was just my voice was perfect for his. I could do another song and they'd throw me out of the building. But when it came to Grand Funk songs, I could go all the way down every album and sing every song like it was off the album.
That's impressive.
Yeah, so we had sort of a Grand Funk thing going with the Kiss thing. But anyway, so that would be it. So what else were we going to talk about here, big guy?
Let's talk about doing shows at venues, at bars.
Yeah, you wanted to bring that up, yeah.
I want to give a big shout out to all the bars out there because it's a hit and miss. It really is. Whether if it's advertisement, who's playing, well-known, you don't know who he or she is, they take a risk every time they have entertainment.
Absolutely.
So when you're coming in and, you're charging $3, $5, $7, $1,000, or if a band is, very good, they charge that extra money and you get 10 or 15 people come in, they eat that cost.
Yeah.
And I understand that from a business side. So, bar owners, venues,
That's why we always pack the house, bro.
He said that.
That's why we pack the house. You come out to a Boston Hoss show, when we do one together, first of all, we're always thinking about our veterans.
Oh, yeah.
We're always thinking about kids and raising money for child organizations, and everybody comes out to those shows and just knocks it out of the park. So we also have built kind of a reputation with the bikers. He's got the outlaw country, and we do a Boston Hoss show. We bounce back and forth. I'll knock out a couple of blues songs. I'll do some rock. I'll do some country. He's going to knock out, some Waylon, Willie, you name it. Shanks.
And then we come right back in with our originals.
Right. And then we've got our originals.
Which we have we have not done yet.
Yeah.
Done that, which our next show
That's because I'm catching up.
Well, I don't want. Listen, you're kicking ass and taking names.
Catching up.
So our next show, yes, you're going to have the Outlaws. Then
Yeah.
You're going to have the rock, the blues, the Southern rock, and then you're going to hear our originals.
Yeah.
And that's what a killer variety.
I love it. Yeah. And bar owners make their own way. What I found, the bars that pay bands fairly, okay, tend to also take great care of their people. And
bartenders.
when I come back 3 months later to play, they got the same people working there because 'cause they're treating them like gold.
Right.
They treat their bands like gold. You know, I was playing in Springfield out at Mama Lee's Sandbar. I love Mama Lee and I love the Sandbar. And, there was some guys sitting at the table and they had hunting clothes on. And I never thought much about it, but we had the place packed and we were rocking, man. We were just, you know, it was one of those nights where you're just on, you know. I'm doing triple shot of Molly Hatchet, jumping
Oh.
off the ceiling, you know, putting the red light in front of my eyes, you know. "Wah!" And anyway, so I was walking around, you know, it had a couple fireballs, gotta say, and I was going around every table. "What's up, guys? You know, how you doing? Great." Well, these guys said, "Man, we're loving the show." We were over in Havana, Bath, Illinois, duck hunting, and we're all from the Ozarks. And I should have known when they said all from the Ozarks that they had money because nobody's really from the Ozarks. You know what I mean? They, you know, on the lake. Anyway, I get a call on Monday, and it was his gal that did all the booking. Said, "My boss that owns the 3 bars down here heard your band, loved your voice, and said, book them 3 shows, get them somehow." That's how bars work. That's how you go in and play a bar for $500, $600. Yeah, you know, whatever it is. And, you know, when we did that, we were offered 3 times that, and we were just saying how they're so nice and on top of that, he said, if your band wants to stay at our cottage, it sleeps about 8 to 10 people, okay? And the bands all stay there, and it's a little tough to take. It's right on the lake next to the stage. Like, I can't crawl from there.
Is it downhill?
So, yeah, it is downhill. Yeah.
God.
So that's cool, but that's cool stuff. Let's talk about our websites. Tell them about your website.
Oh yeah, we just launched it.
Very cool site, by the way.
BrianShartzerMusic.com.
Yep.
Yeah. It's rough mixes. We're just getting it going.
Yeah, but it looks great. So it's
You're
www.
helping me. You're a big help on that,
Well,
brother. Thank
hey,
you.
I love websites.
Yeah.
It's www.brianscharzermusic.com. So it's pretty easy, just his name and music.com. And it's a cool site. You need to go on there. And what's really cool is you haven't put your tracks are still free on there, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. So
I haven't done a whole lot to it because I got a lot going on. But,
right.
You know,
Well,
it's
before he
coming.
starts charging for the tracks, he's got a number 10 song on there. Remember, you get the track free still. Anybody else, you're going on a track buying spree somewhere. But go into his site and hit the music tab. You can download his music free. And that's at least right now. No guarantees, but that's in there now. And there's all kinds of tidbits in there. You also can put your name in and put it on his list. So wherever he's playing, and he's too busy, so he's not going to be calling you up and going, "Hey, how you doing? How's your day going?" You know, and you bothering you.
Right.
He's going to send you a note. "Playing at JB's tonight if you want to come out."
Yeah.
And it's all based on where you live. If you're close enough, he's going to hit you up. My website is much the same.
Right.
Mine is real simple. Mine is bigguymusic.com.
Pretty simple.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. So if you want to get a hold of mine, I got the same thing. My tracks are free on there. And I'm just getting ready to do my 4th release, which will be in a week and a half. But all 3 of my tracks are on there. Then plus there's some live stuff, and you'll be able to.
You and your band playing.
Yeah, my
Right,
band
yeah.
playing. My band is
Right.
called Big Guy and the Mob.
Yes.
We're going to be
absolutely.
touring over the summer. It's called the So Red, White, and Blue Tour.
Yeah, you're gearing it up,
Yeah,
Eddie.
we're ready, brother.
Yeah.
We're ready. So we're excited about that. So go on the website. You can find out more about my band and the tour, the new band members. Now, I'm on my 3rd generation of Big Guy and the Mob. We started in 2012 with, you know, a group, a Big Guy and the Mob. And then we had another set of mobsters, as we call them. And a couple of them, one moved to Birmingham, another one ended up moving up in the Army and is an attaché to a general now and just can't, he's got to be, you know, he can't travel as much. He's got at the bidding of the general, so to speak, which, you know, it's the way it works. So we've got my guitar player is back. Carlos is a shredding machine. He plays rhythm and lead at the same time. He's like out of his mind. He's just great. So we got some great players. We got Roger Carr's got about 40 years of bass experience. And then we've got Lee Stites, about a 40-year experience as a drummer, ex-cop, complete, you know, was an MP. I'll put it this way. Our logo says Big Guy and the Mob, a band you don't want to mess with. And I'll just tell you, you might think about for charging our stage. What do you got to say, tough guy?
You know, I tell you what, you got a band and that's great. And I'm still playing with the tracks that we recorded in the studio.
They're great tracks, though.
And thank you.
Yeah.
And, you know, I tell you what, brother, there is nothing for me And I miss not having a band. I really do. I miss not having the guys on stage with me. You know, I really miss my best friend in the whole wide world, him being in my corner, Mr. Jimmy Muir. That guy has been my rock. Every time I do something, do a recording, he's the first one to get it. You know, he's been my teacher for a long time.
He's got connections, doesn't he?
Well, it's not that he's got. I mean, he played.
Well, I'm just wondering, can he help me with Pellegrino? My name's Big Guy. I only drink Pellegrino water.
So
think about it.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah. So it's just I love music. I love watching talented musicians play, especially guitar play. Whether it's guitar players, I love listening to them. I mean, watching them. Just we all know good players and bad players, you know.
No doubt about that, brother.
I tell you, but I want to give a shout out to the musicians because these guys or gals, they don't get the credit that they deserve because they're always backing the front men or women. They're playing the notes for notes. They're doing all the work. You know, our instruments is our vocals, okay? So, or whatever. But these guys and gals, they're playing them strings, they're playing the drums, the keys, or whatever. That's where the That's where the talent
and then we
is.
go, and then we go, hey, you guys want to do a benefit this weekend?
Yeah.
You guys want to do a benefit?
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, I know you're breaking your hand, but I'll sing all the songs.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
So musicians, you know, God love you.
Love them,
Thank
man.
you. You know what I mean? Really,
I
seriously.
wait till you hear my new lineup, brother. You haven't heard the new guys yet, but
Yeah.
they're killing it. They're killing it, man. I'm so excited to get out there. So we always got to tell a crazy story here. Now, first of all,
Oh, hell.
I'm looking over at that angle there. That nose of yours looks like it might have been broken a few times.
Listen, I'm proud of that. The last time cost me $5,000.
Yeah. Well, I had mine redone in my early 20s, and I was a 6-time loser. But I had the sinuses and everything redone.
Oh, yeah. No help for my
Go the
sinuses.
whole way. Go the whole way with it. Yeah. So I do have a good story. We were talking about influences, and I had owned back in the 80s, I owned a car dealership, a Toyota Dodge dealership in Alton, Illinois. And I was a big marketing guy, and I was all about marketing. And I had a guy that remained nameless, but he was a general manager for Contemporary Productions, which brought all the shows into St. Louis.
Oh.
So I gave him a car, a new one every 6 months, took good care of him. And he gave me 4 front row tickets to everything that came out of town and backstage passes when, available. So, we got backstage, and my wife at the time, not now, but my wife at the time got to sit back with Billy Joel right after he got married to Christy Brinkley. And,
Right. Wow.
her and her friend they only let 2 people go back. So her and her friend went back. I sat out at the St. Louis Blues Bar and, ended up getting completely cranked before
Not a
the
bad
concert.
thing.
That was all right. Yeah, I took the hit for the team. But my best story, and I'll make it fast as I can, is Huey Lewis. Huey Lewis was super hot at the time. I mean, they were getting 40, 50 grand a show for a private show. And, what they were getting to go to the Checker Dome, at the time. So and Robert Cray was opening for him, who was a great blues player. So I was talking to Robert Cray. I went backstage, and I'm with my, at that time, wife, now ex-wife. And she's, she's a good-looking gal. And Huey took a liking to her, and that's cool. No problem. You can take a likey, but you can't take a touchy, right?
Or I'll break you.
Right, yeah. So Huey decided to put a hand on. So I usually have a pretty good way with words, and I said, "Hey, how many top 10 songs you have?" And he said, "Well, I don't know, like 7." I said, "Well, if you want to get like 8, you better not put your hand on her again, because you won't get to like 8." So anyway, the promoter came over and he goes, "Hey, why don't we go get a drink or something?" I said, "I'm fine. I'm just laying down the way the law is going to be. I don't give a shit who anybody is. Wait, that's a quarter in the jar. I don't care." Anyway, so the funny part, I'm not trying to be a tough guy here, but it's just what guys do. But 10 years later, I'm working for America's Most Wanted. And we're out in San Francisco, and the new writers of the Purple Sage were opening. And at that time, I don't even know if they're all still kicking or not, but at that time they all looked like they were like 90. But they were,
Road miles.
but really good, man. They played. And
Right.
Huey Lewis band was playing, and they donated their time. And I'm thinking, well, they're pretty darn good people.
Right.
Well, guess what? Huey didn't show up. And I'm not just trying to pound him, but it's just Johnny Cola, who wrote The Heart of Rock and Roll, all this stuff. They invited me to go up and sit at the band table with them.
Oh, nice.
And then they said, "Oh, Huey's not coming. Something happened, blah, blah, blah." But I sing all of his songs. I wrote them all.
Oh.
And he was great. And Huey's a good singer too. I'm not knocking him. Johnny Cola kicked it. So anyway, while he was playing, I might have had a few cocktails and I might have told his wife that story. So by the time he came back, she is telling the story about, Mark was going to beat Huey's ass, blah, blah, blah. And Johnny Cola comes up and he goes, well, I'll tell you one thing, Mark, you seem like a pretty good guy, but on that case, you'd have to get in line. I guess what that is, sometimes people are taken away with their stardom. In other words, there's no rules for them. Well, sometimes someone will tell you there are rules and there are. So one of the rules is you have to go to each of our websites before you hang up on this. So here, we're going to close this out, but it's www.brianshartzermusic.com. This guy right here, I'm following in his footsteps. He's a star. And mine is real simple, bigguymusic.com. Download our music, any of the A-Team artists. If you are on a Friday, in fact, tomorrow I'm going to be a guest on there, and I'll be on for about a half an hour talking music with Stephen F. Adams. And he's a great guy, owns the station out there. It's www.soundwave1radio.com.
And all you got to do is just either click on that, go to the station, and you can listen to it while you're at work.
And you go in the chat room.
And you can jump into the chat
and hear the music.
I invite everybody. This is how we launch things. Join in.
All of our A-Team should be out there. And a bunch of them have been coming in.
Yes.
But everyone on our A-Team, and that's like 35 plus singers that are all under the BGJ Music Group umbrella. All of you should be out on that because we have started really getting tight with some of the people. And that's where you get things happening, you know. Synergy is built. So I hope all of you come out, and I hope all the public will come out and check in. Again, it's www.soundwave1radio.com. It's real simple. They're played all over the world, and Stephen F. Adams really plays whatever he wants to play.
And before the 18th,
what do they call him?
He's the outlaw, baby.
He's the outlaw, Bakersfield outlaw.
But seriously, before he plays the A-Team, this cat plays music. He played a Buck Owens song one time. And I'm a big fan of Buck. I never knew Buck sang that song.
Followed by Fleetwood Mac. He does it all.
He does it all.
Yeah.
And listen to that before our show at 2:00 to 4. He just plays a genre of music. He's awesome.
Yeah, you'll love it.
And again, jump in on the chat room. Say, hey, this is such and such. Hey, we're here for you. We're supporting you. Or
you'll hear some great music.
Yes.
So we appreciate it. Check into our websites. I'll try to post them, too, when I post this video. I'll post them up on the top of the, rather than run them across the screen and drive you crazy, I'll post them on the posting when I put the podcast up. So, again, this is pretty simple. We're going to have fun with this. We're enjoying it. Again, it's Sound Warriors. We sing it, we say it, and we talk about music, we talk about life. And we're just getting ready to ramp up. We're having our meeting today. And Brian and I, after this podcast, are going to be talking about people that we're going to have on as guests.
We're going to have guests, yes.
So it'll be somebody's face right there in the middle, right about where? About here? Right about there.
Yeah.
Somebody will be in there. And we've got some really, really good people lined up that have got a lot to say about music industry and life in general. So big guy here signing out. And
Brian Shartzer.
Love you guys.
Most country singers, you know the ones, singing about lives they never lived and things they never done. But the music that I listen to comes from a different breed. Their songs echo through my soul and become my history. They call them outlaws, legends in their time. They was known to run away from the law in the middle of the night. Some people called them crazy,